Hey y'all, it's the Calm and Corner Show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get into it. Hey Soul Family, back again. I'm Erica, your favorite Astro homegirl. And guys, this one is gonna be a quick one on Mr. C Breezy, baby. Okay, I always say my nephew in my mind, right? But for real, y'all. So this one on Chris Brown. Um, he been dealing with a lot lately. He did just recently plead guilty to the charges that he was dealing with previously overseas. Remember, we coming out of this retrograde. I know y'all are glad. Shadow phase is gonna be tightening up, but all these things are coming back around. So this is something he got to deal with. So we definitely want to peel the cards, get into his energy, and see is our boy gonna have to take a little break off the tour because the tour is doing so well, right? So let's talk about it. First, welcome back for all of you guys who have been riding with me. And welcome, welcome, welcome to all of you guys who are new here. I always get into a little bit of the Astro first. Today is Sunday, and I just kind of wanted to let's get these readings going. Let's get some energy in here. So I want to get in do the celebrity readings for you guys. I'm on the streamers, all of y'all, and I'm just going. I don't know how I'm gonna do a stream of you, but it's coming. Okay, so y'all gonna see Chris first, and then I'm just gonna keep going, going, going. So let's talk about Chris real quick. We know that he's a Taurus sun, okay, and also a Taurus moon. But he's a star, baby. He's a Leo rising, okay? So this right away lets us know Taurus fixed Earth, baby. You can't move Earth, and we know he is stubborn, right? So very determined, very loyal, and very, very much so incredibly for him, very resilient, right? Listen, with his energy, like I said, extremely stubborn for Chris, right? Leo rising, you know, his life is playing out in the public eye, right here in our faces. He's full of charisma and creativity. He's a star, like I said, and his visibility right now is very strong. Remember, Jupiter is in Leo, okay? His It's kind of like a baby stellium because the sun, his moon, his Venus, and his midheaven are all in his Taurus energy. So a lot of this is activated, in this energy right now in real time for him, right? Because I'm basing everything also with his chart and on his the current planetary alignment, the current transits, because we've already done him several times, okay? So this energy is tied into his relationships, his values, his career, and also his public reputation. Okay. So a lot is on the spotlight, especially with Jupiter shining down on that Leo. Also, remember your rising is yourself and who you show up as. So he's showing up. Hey, I'm guilty. Let's see what this is going to be about, right? Sun and Jupiter, again, it's in Leo, and that's what we're talking about. So praise and criticism, Mars and Gemini. So a lot of increased energy around conversations, travel, and remember his legal matters are gonna end up being a lot of fast moving development. So we're gonna get into energy. Remember, Venus is in Virgo, so this highlights right now practical matters going on, responsibilities, day-to-day routines. Um, him trying to deal with all of his legal obligations, right? Because he also had an issue where he has to pay out the maid, correct? But this is also causing for some type of discipline and bringing attention to detail and some changes that need to be made for Chris, right, in his routines. And then also Saturn and Neptune being in Aries. This is about accountability right now and his long-term direction. Um, Looking at all the things he's built, right? As he navigates into what his outcome will possibly be. Also, Chiron being in Taurus, this is themes around healing, his self worth, his reputation, and his personal values. And, it's just a real thing in the transits. That's why I like to tap into it. So this is a real strong period for reflection and growth for him. Okay. So this is a season for Chris where it's gonna be high visibility with the Leo energy. Very important decisions need to be made and a need to balance, his confidence and his responsibilities. All right. It's a very significant chapter, and it's going to be real interesting to see how these transits unfold for him over the next coming months. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say. All right, and let's get into our baby. See Breezy.
For his case in London involving a nightclub incident. And in my Chris Brown has taken a plea deal for his case in London involving a nightclub incident. And in my honest opinion, this was the best decision that he could make. He can now put this all behind him. It will not affect the tour. And hopefully he don't step foot in another courtroom anytime soon. Now, y'all, this case was very serious. He was facing 2 different charges. The first charge was attempted to inflict grievous bodily harm. And depending on how that's classified, the maximum could be life in prison or up to 5 years in prison. Now, he had a second charge of assault causing actual bodily harm that also had a maximum of 5 years in prison. They have dropped those 2 charges, and he has now pled guilty to affray, which carries a maximum of 3 years prison time. However, when it's your first offense, you're more than likely to just pay a fine, get community service, or possibly a suspended prison sentence, and they sometimes do a combination of all 3. So more than likely, he is not about to do any kind of jail time. It's not going to affect the R&B tour at all. I do know they had already taken a break between like October 10th and November 7th, the first Atlanta show, because his trial date was already set for October in London. Now, he will be sentenced on October the 26th. And like I said before, Chris Brown has had a lot of issues going on. I know he's tired of being in court. He just finished with that whole lawsuit trial where he had to go to court for the dog incident. And maybe this will be the last time he has to step foot in a courtroom for anything in this kind of light. Once I find out more information regarding any of this, I will let you all know.
Girlfriend Jada Wallace is allegedly pregnant. Yeah, wow, Chris Brown's new girlfriend Jada Wallace is allegedly pregnant. Yes, she is allegedly pregnant. And who else was to air it out? Like, who else was to give the tea and confirm the pregnancy that everybody has been speculating about? None other than his other baby mother, Diamond Brown. Yes, Diamond Brown has been beefing with Chris Brown and his girlfriend, Jada Wallace, on Instagram all day long. And I'm going to run you through the receipts. So Diamond posts this to her Instagram story. She says, "Leave me and mines alone. Worry about your new baby on the way." And she adds Chris Brown. His account. So then Jada Wallace, she runs to her Instagram stories and calls Diamond out, and she says, this is so messy. She goes, "B, you lame for running to the internet trying to air business out like you not the one that's stopping him from seeing his daughter, never answering the phone. Shut that shit up when you been stopping that from happening because you and your feelings. And Diamond, let's not forget who funds your whole life. That house, them cars, everything for Lovely, etc. You talking about 50-50, where your 50? This narrative you trying to run with on the internet to get a little attention is truly sad. It's never been about him not seeing or taking care of his daughter. Stop trying to act like you just this bossed up B. Keep acting for the net, though. That's what moves your lame ass." Nobody trying to ruin your relationship, ho. You fighting with people who be around at the house smiling in faces. Little homies just because you want to get a rise out your baby dad. It's called principle. You should never fuck with your baby dad's peoples. Oh, so the boyfriend is one of Chris Brown's associates? Like homies? Oh, child, this is messy. They airing the business out. I love this. Wow, Chris Brown's new...
Hey, soul family. All right, so this is Chris' card. Let's get right on into it. I already blessed all the cards, of course. Y'all know it. So I want to get honestly right into his current energy, okay? And I'm gonna start with the Astro first. So let's see what's up with C Breezy, you know? Giving me all clear and precise messages, clear and precise messages. Energy. Chris Brown, Taurus Sun, Spirit, Taurus Sun. Let's see some energy overall. Start with that. Chris Brown, Spirit. Brown. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Top of the deck. Bottom. So, Not in any particular order. But very interesting. Wow. Chris. Okay, so it's interesting because even when I started the reading and I spoke about his current transits, if I'm not mistaken, I brought up Chiron and healing. And this is an energy in his life right now for Chris, honestly, where it's time for healing to happen in a lot of different places. Time for things to come to a head, so to speak, right? Him having the court case, him having that, all these little spitfires and situations that are needing closure and needing endings, but also needing healing in the process. So this is a very much so moment in his timing in his life for healing. I'm gonna take it a step further, but let me continue to read the cards, right? Okay, so for him, you know, 11th house energy, this is friend groups, community, support, and also it's a lot of different energy with 11th house, right? But in this energy for him right now, the focal point is on the company that he keep, okay? From his security team, you know, from my understanding, him and the bodyguard were the reason for this situation coming up with the charges, right? So a lot of things with that. Even with, I'm gonna just keep it real. One thing about it, when we do the reading, we gonna read the cards. Before we even get started, this got a lot to do with, like I said, this is your friend groups, your community, people you around, situations that you engaging in with women, threesomes, things like that. Groups, it's a focal point on that. Cancer energy is here, the doula. You know, that's fertility. Didn't he just have a baby? And the energy of his possibility that it could possibly be more. You know, that's some of the energy, right? But this is also about home matters. And remember him being sued for an incident that happened in his home. Remember, we are now in Leo season, but it's still post-shadow phase energy around that retrograde that brought all matters of home right back up. And isn't that the situation where he owes the lady $13 million, right? In his home, we do see the challenges. He got challenges right now and ahead. Things going on in real time. I can't even make the messages up. 8th house energy, intimacy. I said, Chris a mess. Didn't I say it? Even with that 11th house sitting on the table. Okay? But it's some secrets. And this man got some things going on. And baby, let me tell you, and his intimacy sector is off the chain, okay? 12th house is hospitals and jails. So, that's what we asking about before we even get the ball rolling, right? 12th house is surrender. So, in his regard, it could possibly speak on the legal issues, but also intuition strengthening it. You know, like I said, this is a time of spiritual elevation for him. Some lessons are being learned, a lot of lessons. Even if we can't see it in the forefront with that 12th house and 8th house is hidden, but he getting it. So let's get into, wow, that's powerful before we even get the ball rolling, right? So let's do these. Let's start with this one and then we'll get right into the tarot. Let's get these. I want to ask here. Please give me out. Messages. Current. Chris Brown. Taurus. Let's get these and then we'll get right into the tarot. Chris Brown. Chris Brown. Current energy with him. What's going on in we'll ask right about the legal. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Chris Brown. Tyson. There we go. Let it drop, and we will. That wanted to come out, so I'm gonna do that. Okay. Let's get some 3 months. Energy around Chris Brown. Okay. Thank you. Ooh. Thank you, Spirit. There we go, right? Alright, so we got top, bottom. Okay. I like to see it. I don't know why my child went that way. Just give me any extra messages for Chris Brown. We got extra. Okay. See how that wanted to come out? So I'm going to let that slide, right? Top, bottom. Let's get into it. I like the messages that I'm seeing a little bit with him. So let's get into it. Go figure, right? Is the first energy. Okay? And this is funny because this kind of comes in right in with the Astro cards when we asking about Chris' current energy, right? All of this goes right into it. Ooh, he a mess, baby. Nephew is a mess. So let's pull, we're going to get right into the legal energy, but this is current energy, and I love these. It's almost like with the tarot, you really don't even have to, you can get the messages here. So, emergency, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, this is the energy right now. It's really the energy of the Tower card. And this is him pleading guilty this week. You know, a situation that's been lingering. And it's time to, with his cards, I said, healing, getting things situated. It's finally time for things that have been lingering to get closure, to come to an end. You know, he's had a lot on his back. It's funny because this card says cross, heavy cross to bear. You know, a lot of people with Chris, it's a lot of judgment. A lot of people haven't necessarily forgiven him, you know, and it's time to let up, right? But this is also in that energy. But this is also that 12th house card that came right up for him, because this card right here is about surrender, right? So huge spiritual awakenings, and he's way more tapped in than we people think, you know, considering all of the headlines and all of the news that's been coming out. So a lot of us kind of have stress around, oh God, is he going to, you know, be in this same cycle of energy from the past? And no, this is about evolution for him. Okay, so this is a heavy energy that's present. And it's also about a battle between some form of situations that he could be dealing with. You know, he could be battling with self, battling with addictions, right? But it's all about, you know, what you say, the battle between good and bad, or, you know, doing the right thing opposing doing the wrong thing. So, and also energy too around character, morale, how he handles things, how he moves, right? It's a void here energy, right? On some level, with everything that's going on, it's the energy of feeling some form of loss. So Chris do stuff to fill voids too, when things can get overwhelming. And it's just in the energy. It's here. Journey, this is the situation. He's on tour. So this is, all of these things are happening in real time, you know, with him being on tour right now. as well as the situation that happened with him was a situation that happened overseas, right? So him coming back to have to deal with it. Love is on the table, so we know with intimacy, baby, he is enjoying himself, having a nice, good old time, and doing his thing. Look, and I can't make it up with that intimacy in the bed, okay? So one thing we know is that he gonna have a release sexually on everything. When you know, everything here all alleged in my opinion, but I'm just saying, okay? And maybe even with us not even pulling on the legal things first, solutions are here. This is him coming forward saying, hey, I'm pleading guilty. Certain situations, he want to tie up the loose ends, and I'm liking to see the energy. This just is confirmation. Repairing things that have fallen apart, okay? Got some surprises ahead when it comes to him, okay? And the tour is doing very successful, right? But it's something about him that can happen suddenly. And we did see that energy of kind of like how you can have a tower. So it's, you know, the message is the message, right? This is being cold is the energy of locked out. This is the possibility that we're looking for, right? And I'm going to say something too. This is the energy also of Chris in certain situations in his life can be detached from certain situations and energy, right? Very ambitious. He going to keep the wheels turning. I love to see it. And let me just say this, through the midst of all this, it's something that he learned. And didn't he get some type of doctorate or degree or something? Because that's there. Baby, it's a lot of money to be made coming ahead with the tour for him and Usher, okay? But he has good luck and destiny. A new cycle is ahead for him. When you see fortune, this is about a new cycle. So it's good to know with him facing jail time with solutions and repair right here, right? And then angel. So he has and I know he do the angel numbers. Like I said, he more tapped in spiritually than we know. And he does have a specific angel, a specific ancestor or spirit guide that clearly watches over him through all of this turmoil that he goes through, the ups to downs, right? He need to pay attention to his dreams too. I mean, I know, but I'm just saying it's in the messages. And broken heart. Like, he hate that all this fallout is happening. Paying the people for the situation at the house with the lady with the dog. But this is about repair. This is about solutions. He in a place where he ready to make better decisions. So I like to see it. And listen, peace is here through everything. So let's see the energy around will he be facing some legal woes. But this is current energy, y'all. You know I'm finna ask about his partner, but y'all saw love right there on the table, right? So let's get into it. Let's ask this because it's got time and cards in this one. Let's ask for the tarot, okay? Oh, Chris got a lot going on, y'all. Inside and out, right? So, angel, essence, spirit, guide. Give me all messages, clear and precise messages. Energy. Chris Brown. Tarzan. I want to get the energy. I be promising, like, I be trying to do my little notes so I can stay on with the questions that we got. So what is it? He facing time. The energy around the current legal situation that he pled guilty to, spirit. Will he have to do time? Will he go to jail for this? Or will they, be mean, give him some type of probation or something that fine that he could pay off? Will he go to jail? Will he go to jail, spirit? I'm going to just let the table, okay? I really wanted one card message, but this was a lot, right? Let's just see. Your conflict. He's standing up on it, though. He went. Even though it's not a good look, right? It is going to come to an end. It's like they're going to try to show him some love. It's going to be, it's a negative cycle, but it's good energy here. You know, it's like they're going to, it's a 3-month situation, right? Because the timing card, and we do have the eclipse coming in just a day or two. I mean a week or two. But, based on the messages, if it is, it's like a number of 3. 3 months of something. But based on the messages, and even with the peace here and the ace, right? Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. We asking about, will he go to jail? It's like it's something that they're gonna do. But it doesn't look like it's gonna be long term, right? Maybe like a fine, maybe a situation, but if it is, it's not going to be a long-term thing. It'll be whatever needs to get done. Clearly, money is involved. A fine is here. It's unwanted. He not going to like it. It does bring change. He going to have to pay whoever this person is if it's a victim. This is in the messages, right? And if it is, it'll be like a fine. And if they do try to do something for him, it'll be a short time. It won't be a long time, right? So that's good to know that the outcome is a good outcome for him. Nothing is good when we face in jail, right? But what I'm saying is, it doesn't look as harsh as I thought it was. Because, I mean, I hate that he on the tour and that's what it's looking like, right? Let's do one more one-card message. But it's in a number of a 3, you know? He gonna have to pay, though. He gotta pay. 5 of coins coming right out, right? But this the 6 of swords and the page of wands. So you'll hear the energy around it being negative. You know, of course, it's a whole negative situation because he's facing jail time, right? He gonna have to apologize, but better times are ahead. So, they're gonna make him take care of it. And if it's any little bit of whatever, it'll be in the number of a 3. You know, meaning like a short time, but it looked like this is going to equate to fines, to payouts, right? Ultimate provider. He got to come up with that bread, that whoa. So that's the energy around the court case, okay? So let's talk about, and that's what it looks like even ahead for it. So let's talk love. Let's see the energy around his current love life, right? Yeah. Because he's with his current partner. Her name, I can't keep up with him, y'all. Jada Wallace, if I'm not mistaken. Or Mika Harris. Let me see. Mika Harris. Let's pull it up. I think I pulled it up. I wish I would. I can't keep up with Chris. Let me do the 3. Hold on. Because I took notes and I pulled up the other one he just recently had the baby from, right? Let me see. Jada Wallace. Let's ask about her. And I don't know. Let's ask about Mika Harris. Hold on. Alright, this one gonna be short. We be done. We gonna ask about them, pull some messy cards. And we'll see what's ahead for him overall. And that'll be that. I know y'all in the comments like, do better as far as the people, but I can't keep up with him. So they're no longer romantically involved, and they're doing co-parenting, right? So maybe this is the one he kind of got into it with. I'm not sure. But let's see. We'll ask, though. So this baby was born on the 2019. So he had that one a while ago. And the most recent one, a girlfriend, is Jada Wallace. So let's see. Spirit, please give me all clear, precise messages. Precise messages. Chris Brown. Let's ask in general. Energy around. Let's see what the energy is in general for his current love life, and then I'm gonna see. Let's see what pop out in the energy of what he own, and then let's ask about this girl and this girl. So Spirit, please give me 1 to 3. Current love energy, love life, energy around his love life. Thank you, Spirit. We're gonna do a quick one. Spirit, energy around Chris. Tarzan, and his current love life, Spirit, honestly. Alright, I'm gonna take that and we only asking for 3. Let's see. Sorry about that, y'all. It just be how I be able to do it. I'm gonna shuffle the. Oh, drama. And it's drama with him in fatherhood issues too. And this is the energy around somebody that's a soulmate type of vibe for him as well in the energy. So whoever this is, you know, he currently with whoever this is. It represents, you know, soulmate, past his energy. But it's a lot of drama involved with whoever this is. Woman coming right up, Queen of Wands, fire energy in reverse. And this has got to do with baby mama energy, because the Emperor is him in reverse, father issues, right? A lot of shit for him is out of control. He also got an Empress on the table. So he got more than one woman, even right here in the energy, okay? And Temperance is in reverse. So his love life is a fucking mess. 2 of Cups. Yeah, the 2 of Pentacles. You know, he doing his thing, baby. Balancing act, all right? Back and forth. He over here with an Empress, and over there with a Queen of Wands. And both of them must be, you know, he got different children from different women, right? So in that energy, he is all over the place. So what's this child name right here? Let's see. Child. This man a mess, honey, baby. What we gonna do with him? Spirit, please give me a clear, precise message. Accurate energy. 1 to 3. Around Chris Brown. And Jada Wallace. Energy around this. Said they just had a baby recently, right? Welcome to baby boy in 2026, a few months ago. So let's see the energy around them. Ooh, that's changing out. Sorry about that, y'all. Hold on 1 second, y'all. About that, y'all. And look, I didn't change it. I still had it in my hand. My best friend, y'all, it's so exciting. They're getting ready to get to go inside the Obama Center. Isn't that so exciting? Because they had like a 6-month wait. But let's get back to Chris. So, baby, as I was talking, I forgot I was getting so nosy that I hadn't already turned that one over while I was talking to my best friend. Baby, I could tell you right now, him and whoever this is, they ain't on the best terms. You got the 5 of coins coming right out. This man be doing what he want to do. Honey, Chris Brown do what he want to do. She feel away. Remember I said the first card when it came into asking him around his love life, that Queen of Wands came up. This is the energy. It's kind of like, you know, a breakup, an energy around that, you know. And look, he just be doing what he want to do, baby. Knight of Wands. I'm trying my best not to laugh, y'all. This is not funny, okay? But this is just how he move. He is a lover boy. And, honey, he do what he want to do. He got the money to do what he want to do. He go back and forth with who he want to go back and forth with. And this is a situation that either she going to put up with it or you can move on and find you something else better to do. Because he going to keep the wheels turning. He going to do what he want to do. And see how I ain't even put the card down? Ain't that crazy? So it's a cycle for them. You know, either she get with the program or you don't get with the program. And guess what? If you don't get with the program, he going to keep it moving and keep the wheels turning. He going to do what he want to do. Period. Point blank. Bottom line is in the messages. So if he with her or he not with her, he doing what he want to do. And she got to get with it. Okay? Who is this chick? It don't look like he with her. Was this the one causing drama? Because it looked like he got children, you know, like with that Emperor in reverse dealing with other, you know, other women who has children from him. Baby mama drama in a sense, right? Child, this man a mess. I don't never expect nothing different. He young. He living his life and he has it in his way. The fuck and period, okay? Please give me a clearance. Let's go 1 to 3, 1 to 3. Mika Harris. Around Chris Brown. And Mika Harris. Thank you, Spirit. There's jealous energy too from her end on them cards. I meant to tell y'all that I could see it in the messages. He a mess, he controls. I'm not the Spirit energy around Chris Brown. Thank you. Okay. Oh, he a mess. He do what he want to do. Go back and forth with her. Even if he not dealing with her, because clearly they're not. It looks like it right here. But it does look like they have... I don't know if they went viral, because I can't keep up with him and all the different women that he date. But it's an energy of going back and forth. But they got children. Whoever this is kids in this, right? And this somebody who he give them, he do what he want to do, give them a hard time. Whoever that is. Because it's in the messages. And he do what he want to do. So let's get the energy for Chris. Ahed. And we're going to get on out of here. I told y'all this was a quick one. We just wanted to see if our boy was going to have to go to the... Look, to the clank, right? And we get some messy messages and close out. But his love life is his love life, guys. Definitely Ahed. We can do another one. And if y'all in the comments got some in-depth questions about anybody in specific that got to do with him, let me know, you know. And we'll just do what we do. Give me all clearance. Current energy. Chris Brown. What's ahead for him, Spirit? Let me see. What's ahead? What's ahead for him? Thank you, Spirit. It's like he got something to say. You see how they keep wanting to come out in clumps? I'm going to just take it. What's ahead for him? Chris Brown. What's ahead for him? Okay. Any of all extra messages was ahead. Chris Brown. Extra messages for him. That's ahead for Chris. Okay. Top, bottom. All right. He got to get his shit together, y'all. He, again, Ahed, you know, he got projects. He working on things that he haven't let everybody know every single thing. So, unpredictable in that way. But he got to watch out for his behavior. I know it's a time of healing for him. But right now, he is in an energy of vibing on some other stuff, y'all. He got some things that he got to work through ahead. Regret for a lot of things. And having to deal with paying out all this money, right? And also the stress too ahead in regards to his outcome when it comes to this legal matters. All right. But at the end of the day, what I love to see is that the sun does shine. And in the position that it's in, again, it represents freedom. So whatever this situation is with this legal situation, it's going to cost him a coin and a penny. Okay? He on tour, so he going to continue to, you know, prioritize and juggle, you know, but in a good way. It's like a balancing act for him. Okay, bringing things back into balance. It's like shit just been out of control for him, right? We'll hear the energy again with this situation legal. You know, it's like a few months. His time and energy is coming around a few months, 3 months. So y'all hold on to the timing cards when it comes to that for him, right? But a blessing for him as well in that time and that we can hear. You know, not being too possessive and controlling. But also this is about his money and him having to pay it out for these lawsuits and stuff, right? And he feeling it. So it's a situation where he working on, you know, it's a balancing act, right? Taking care of what needs to be taken care of, but making sure that he continue bringing in the harvest. This is a card of harvest. So he getting in front of things. Remember, prioritize, proactive, getting shit back in order from things being out of control. All right? The money taking a hit, but the money still, even with what he got to pay out, what he got to take care of, things like that, it still comes out in his favor. All right? So at the end of the day, this is a tough lesson learned, Chris. $13 million to pay out, dealing with what's ahead. But it looked like they're going to try to work it out with you as best. If it is, it'll be something very minimum, especially money involved, fines involved. You're going to have to pay a coin. You might not like it, but you got a lot of other success and good things coming with the situation in the tour with him and Usher, right? Yeah. It's a new cycle ahead for him. And look, his situation is in within months, 1 month, 3 month time, okay? And he gonna keep working on this tour. So let's stay positive, all right? He reassessing, he making adjustments, he making the changes. Look, he crossing T's and dotting I's. He doing his best to try to get his shit together. But he got a lot of stuff that he got to work on. Toxic ways, you know, some unhealthy patterns are all in the midst of all of this. So, Chris, we're going to need you to tighten up, baby. Let's pull a few T cards for him, and we're going to get on up out of here. I'll just pull these for him, right? Okay. Look, fast action, progress forward. The wait is over. A lot of highs and lows with him. We said that. You see how that popped out? Negative body image. You know, feeling judged. You know, he always feeling judged. Remember that? Those messages came out for him, right? Listen, whoever he dealing with, he left their ass on red. Not today. Watch out, Chris, for the, you know, fake motherfuckers around you, okay? That's what I said, them community groups, friend groups. Watch around for some imposter, somebody faking it. Listen, remember I said he do the most. He do what the fuck he want to do, baby. Supersize me, doing too much, excessive, overindulgence, right? Fights. That's what he dealing with the legal situation. Disagreements, hostility and animosity, conflict, but moving past it, like I said, taking a high road, unbothered, brushing it off. But that's him pushing forward. Remember, tower moment, and that is the energy that, and he got emergency. So let me say this, we can even see something happen for him, about him quickly. Now, within now the next month or the 30 days, because the timing cards were in there, right? Listen, he gonna continue to push forward, succeed. It's a slave, but this is about succeeding. This is about staying on point, dominating the competition, but overall pushing forward and standing on business, right? And he gonna always be a snack, baby. He gonna always have that sex appeal, physical attraction. And baby, he a mess. Look at them kinky ways. Remember I said all that energy on the table, baby. Sexually open, looking to explore fantasies and fetishes. When it comes to that love life, it's a heart fog. We saw it in the messages. Mixed emotions, unclear feelings, stuff feeling a little wishy-washy. Okay, Chris, let's get a little T cards and we're going to get out of here. Spirit guys, please give me a Chris Brown, T cards. Dirty laundry. They thought they buried it deep, but old messes have a way of resurfacing, and this one's messy. Enough to leave a stain, okay? So something's going to be happening and coming out momentarily when it comes to him. Remember I say even in the timing cards, right? Even though legally, but still timing is timing, right? He is misunderstood under a lot of ways, and maybe that's the energy that we feeling in that, you know, that low vibe energy or heart fog. The real version never made it past the rumors. Now they stuck defending what they never said, right? But I'm telling you, when it's all said and done, I love to hear this. He gonna be making peace. And remember, peace was the focal point card in the reading. So let's look out for that positivity for Chris out of all the drama. So after, and it's funny, look, the card says, after all the drama inside eyes, someone's ready to drop the aggression. The energy is shifting from war zone to neutral ground, okay? I love that. I think that, because, I mean, that's what the issue was, fighting, right? The audacity, he could feel that in a way. So let's do any last messages for Chris Brown, Spirit. I feel like this is it, but we'll ask as we close out. So we'll hold that to the side. Any our last messages, energy around Chris Brown. To our son, Spirit. To our son. T, Spirit. I know that's right. Hey, we're going to stick to it, baby. I know that's right. Throwing shade. Okay. He gonna do that, baby. Shade doesn't always look like aggression. It hides in backhanded praise tone and just joking energy. So he gonna continue to throw his shade and be sarcastic with that audacity energy. But at the end of the day, some kind of way, he's gonna be making peace. And this backs up the messages he already got. So don't forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna keep it pushing. Puffy, and then streamers, all of y'all up next. Roll call. All right, see y'all. Love y'all. Don't forget to hit that like and comment and subscribe. All right, peace and love. Thanks for watching the Common Corner Show. Peace and love, soul family. And I